has really documented many wonderful things. One of them is the 80s. Another one is backstage with designers. She's captured, different designers in America, in Europe.
She's not a paparazzi. She does something completely different. She's a portrait photographer, yet she, like a National Geographic photographer, will go to the location where her subject is and do an incredible portrait, an intimate portrait, in sometimes non-intimate setting.
You know what's good about Roxanne? She really gets it. She just gets it.
Roxanne is a staple of New York City, and she's legendary. Everything she captures really, she captures the essence of New York City nightlife and just everything that's fun and energetic and exuberant. And from decade to decade, she's captured each moment of magic. And
I like magic. I believe in magic, and when it's magical, it's just so inspiring and so much fun.
That's what I like about Roxanne. She understands the transformation of a person dressing up, making an effort with their body is art. It's art, dressing up and doing looks. And she really appreciates it and gets it and documents it. And that's fantastic because, it needs to be documented because it's art.
Men in makeup is something I thought I should do a show on because there are so many men in makeup now.
Roxanne is someone, in my opinion, who wears no makeup. She's very honest. And for someone of her ilk, she is very diminutive and she's soft-spoken, but her camera speaks for itself.
Roxanne takes you on a tour through time.
When you see Roxanne at a party, well, it's like the party's going to be major. A lot of people take pictures, especially, now that everybody's got a phone with a camera, but nobody really gets the scene like Roxanne does, and that's very important.
I have to say that in my life, whenever something really epic is happening, Roxanne is there. She's a legend, as we all know, but she has a presence where she's quiet, she's competent, and she's there. And so many of the most incredible moments in my life, Roxanne is right in the corner, documenting it. So for me, especially pictures with relationship with Andy and others, I can look at that and I see Roxanne in every photo, and I recognize the difference. Believe me, there could be 10 photographers there shooting, but you always see the prettiest one is Roxanne's photo.
She really kind of carved the beginning of backstage runway glam. There were very few photographers that were welcome backstage, but she was one of them because the designers trusted her because she's so unusually warm and sweet and trustworthy and honest.
There was Roxanne, she was brought into the family. We got her in the little spider web and we were in there playing around, and then she says, I love it, I always felt welcomed backstage. They just let you go because you knew everybody. Everybody trusted you, were really kind, and you would, say, oh, is it all right, can I take your picture? She says, yeah, that's Roxanne, and they start to know you. Look at the depth and how deep everything and all that background and how those colors popped out. How you ever got anything with all that action going on. You included everyone in your pictures, everyone that came in to the scene.
When she went backstage, she suddenly made the backstage runway glamour art.
She's not pushing, she's not a bully, and I respect her very much. I respect her talent.
Thank you.
And I'm a proud collector of her work.
So what advice would you give young photographers, since you really started without any official professional training?
They should do what they love and love what they do and not look at anybody else, but let it come from inside, because you can do you better than anybody.
You can do you better than anybody. What an amazing line.
Roxanne has taught me to be patient. I feel like she waits for the right moment, and she finds the right moment in her way. When somebody's shooting one thing, she look away and try to find her own moment.
I capture that moment. It makes me feel like a good glass of champagne with a lot of bubbles. It makes me feel like euphoria, like magic, like Cinderella in a glass slipper, and like keeping the fantasy of fashion alive.
Do you have like a favorite picture?
I don't have a favorite picture. I have a few favorite pictures. I like Salvatore Dali kissing the hand. There's an Yves Saint Laurent picture that I have that is Eve with a bevy of beauties. And it looks like a collage, and all the girls are really close to each other, and it's not a collage, it was one click. And the girls are really beautiful in it. And there's Liz Taylor with the photographers all around. I love that picture because it's so much Liz, and I love the three models that are in the bathtub, Naomi, Christy, and Linda Evangelista. And I love the social ladies picture where they're all gossiping, leaning over. And they had seen each other all for lunch, and then this was dinner, and they were anxious to know what was going on and what was the gossip for the evening and things like that. They're just so good. They're like social x-rays, so I like that one. I like to walk through many worlds. I'm given the chance, I may as well take the opportunity.
We've talked about Roxanne Lewitt, the photographer who goes out and captures images of people in the nightlife or at events and fashion shows. But you're also a professional photographer doing campaigns and all sorts of things for major brands.
Well, one of the big campaigns that I did was when Gianfranco Ferré was the designer for Dior. I did the advertising with Paul St. Clair, and he was the stylist. And Carla Bruni was the model.
And you still do advertising campaigns today?
Yes, yes. I don't drink, but I do a lot of, I've done Moet, Dom Perignon, Veuve Clicquot, Asahi Beer, Berliner Kindle.
I've known Roxanne probably since the 70s, and I'm loving this show because it shows not only her interest in fashion and the industry itself, but it also shows her interest in the popular culture, and I love all the pictures of other photographers. Those are my favorites.
Roxanne has been a very influential woman in my career visually. She was the first person to kind of capture the Carmen Miranda element that I have started kind of representing, and thanks to her, you know, she managed to pull it out of me. So she has a very special eye. I love her, and her work is amazing.
She has 3 books published so far, which is Moments, People, and Backstage Dior.
I did the book because the pictures existed and the story should be told. My feet didn't touch the ground for the week that I was his photographer.
Yeah, can you imagine
so
being Yves Saint Laurent's photographer? Roxanne, you've done so many wonderful books. Burnt out, take a vacation, and keep getting back because people need it. They need to know it's possible. They need to have it in their hands. You know, and it's good for writers, it's reference for film, it's everything. You know, it's reference, it's knowledge. You know, you brought us all into the safety of the beauty of being a part of something that's recorded in history. And it's so funny how our lives are so interwoven in this world of art. But not everybody, you know, gets a chance to document it like you did. That's a blessing right there, right?
I was really honored. I mean, people thought sometimes, what am I doing? Why do I want to be backstage? And for me, it was the place to be. It was so magical.
I believe that young people will understand there's hope and there's a life behind fashion. You know, Roxanne says, look, people really did have a good time doing this. So as hard as you have to work, it's really worth it.
I worked with her daughter as well for long years, and their relationship is just amazing.
We're here at Roxanne Lowett's gallery opening for Backstage Dior, her award-winning book. We're all very excited. The show looks great.
Roxanne's work is out of this world.
First time that I ever came to any party in New York, Roxanne was the first person to photograph me and made us feel so important and like we were stars.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we love her.
Well, you are a star.
You're a star too.
I know.
But I'm a bigger star.
No.
Yes. We love you, Roxanne.
Love you, Roxanne.
Roxanne has been a friend for many, many years. I won't consider her a paparazzi. I think she's a true artist. She's a photographer, but she transcends fashion photography into art.
To me, she's fashion photography royalty. She was in the trenches covering the fashionistas before they were even called fashionistas, and she has an eye for what looks fierce. And if she aims her lens at you, you know you look good. She doesn't waste her film on bad-looking people, so it's an honor to be photographed by Roxanne, and she still shoots me sometimes, and it makes me validate it.
I think that she's one of the last of the true New Yorkers. I was here since 1979, and she's one of the first people to take a photograph of me for Paris Playboy.
Oh, Roxanne to me is the quintessential party girl. Not in the sense that she jumps around and gets crazy, but she records and she allows people to bare their soul. You know, she's so gentle with people that they're happy to take a photograph.
Have your pictures been in any of the museums?
Yes, they've been in the Met. They were at the Whitney, at the Kyoto Museum. I had a show at the MoMA in Moscow, which was lots of fun about 2 years ago.
Nice.
That was fantastic. So the ground floor were all my celebrity and people pictures, and then the second floor was fashion. So that was really a lot of fun.
Her essence is exactly what it was.
I never leave without my camera.
I'm gonna cry. You did it. You're doing it. It's like, oh my God. It's so much work. It's like a lifetime of work.